I want you to show me how to get to know someone like you, someone like you.
Hola a todos, it's Linguafile Nicole, aka Nicole. I am doing this video because I wanted to share with you all what I have done in the past few days to get clear on my goals for language learning. When it comes to organization, I am a total mess, and it's very difficult for me to just get regular things done. I'm just going to be honest. I'm very, very disorganized. But my husband sent me this article the other day on goal setting, and what I liked is it has an approach, a 90-day approach to setting goals. So you set goals for with a 90-day time period, and during that time you reevaluate, see what's working, kind of go back to the drawing board if you need to. And I like that approach because you don't have to think about this long time frame like a year or 5 years. It's just 90 days, and that's totally doable for me. And you can make some really good gains, I think, if you focus on very specific things. So this is what I did with Burmese, because this is the number one language right now that I'm studying. I'm still trying to maintain Spanish, and I'm also learning French. Korean is somewhere on the back burner right now because I'm just trying to get to a point right now with Burmese where I can just have a basic conversation. My goal, well, I'll show you all what my goals are for Burmese. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys here. This is my sheet. So this is a 90-day goal sheet that I made for Burmese using this format. This is not a format that I made up for 90-day goals. If I find the link, then I will share that in the description. But I just took to this right away. My husband sent this to me and I thought, this is great. This is exactly what I need. I have been thinking about something that I need to set goals for language. So what you do is you start off with your focus, and the focus basically is the goal. Everyone hears, I mean, I'm sure we've heard it all before, that goals need to be specific and measurable. So I try to keep my goals very specific and measurable. Also, you want to make sure that your goals are realistic. You don't want to set goals that you want to be fluent in 90 days and you only want to study 10 minutes a day. That's not going to work. So you want to make sure that your goals are realistic. The format here is that, again, the focus is the goal. My first focus is to read as well as a second grader. I wanted to make that very specific so that I can actually know by reading a children's story all the way through and understanding 95% that I have actually reached my goal. Now, the steps to that goal would be to learn all the consonants, vowels, and diacritics, and how consonants are modified in Burmese. Now, if you're not studying a language like Burmese, then this probably doesn't mean a lot to you. But Burmese is a language that is based on, their letter system is the Abugida, which means that, as I think I said in my last video, that it's not like the alphabet where we just have those letters that represent sounds that you can make with a vowel, but the letters themselves have an inherent sound, and then when you add a vowel, you have a sometimes can have a totally different sound, and then the consonants can change, and then there are diacritics that change the tone or where the accent is placed. So it can get slightly complicated from a Western point of view. So my goal is to learn all of those things, and I will take my time within this 90-day period to do it a little bit each day. Also learn 100 vocabulary words, because obviously this will help me with communicating, being able to express myself better, of course within the context of phrases, but that's my goal, is just to learn more verbs so that I can express myself better. So you can see, following this pattern with the second goal, that basically it's the same pattern. I have the main goal, which is to reach the A2 level. And how do I know if I'm succeeding? What is my marker? Well, then I'll be able to have a 30-minute conversation with a native speaker. And what will I do to make sure that I can actually reach this? Well, I will do 6 progress videos talking about my family, routines, plans, hobbies, work, anything that I'm interested in. I will try to learn how to say this in Burmese. And then what you want to make sure to do is you always want to review. So you don't want to wait until the end of the 90 days. You want to review maybe once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks to evaluate what is actually working for you and what is not working. So I was really excited about this format, and I actually made up a sheet like this that I have available for download on my website, totally free. I just thought if anybody asked me about it, then I can have one available. So I'll provide a link for that in the description. So that is my goal sheet that I will be using for Burmese, and I will also make one for Spanish, and I'll make one for French as well. And then I will be making some sort of tracker so that I can make sure that I'm actually doing these action steps or milestones, or working towards those things. So I'm excited that I have something specific to work on, and this will give my study time some more purpose rather than just aimlessly looking around, kind of wasting a lot of time looking for material. So that is the other thing too, is that I have not purchased any books. I purchased one book, one dictionary, one pocket dictionary, probably about a year ago, and when I decided to learn Burmese, and then I dropped it. And when I decided to continue, I still had this book. That is the only book that I have in Burmese. I have been learning Burmese through websites, through YouTube, through apps. So it has been kind of a choppy experience. And now I realize that before I decide to take on another language project, that I will make sure that I have decided what my materials are going to be. And there is a well-known polyglot here on YouTube that said that you should make sure that your materials are, if you're going to use a source, then use that source. You can use other things, but make sure you go all the way through the book or whatever it is. It kind of gives you some structure so that you can take advantage of that study time and make a lot of progress. So I agree. Maybe for some people that might work, people that are naturally, I think, logical, but I'm not. I don't view myself as so much a logical person. So I'm very, very creative, and that's how I find ways to do things. But it's it's a struggle sometimes to organize myself. So I'm definitely going to be working on a tracker. Okay, so kind of a fun thing. I wanted you all to see exactly what I'm up against. What does Burmese even look like? So I'm going to show you guys right now. So this is what the Burmese script looks like. It has, I believe, 32 characters. And these are actually the consonants. The consonants have an inherent sound. For example, the first letter that you see there to the far left is ga, and then the second letter is ka. All of these are pronounced with a ah sound. And actually, all of these individual letters are words as well. I don't know all of these words yet, but I will. But the reason why I made my goal to read as well as a second grader is because this can get a little challenging to read. You have to add vowels to these consonants as well, if you want to make other kinds of words. And then this can totally change the sound of the word. And then there are diacritics, which means that there are things that you add to the letters to change the tone, because this is a tonal language. And then there are modifiers to consonants and things like that. So I felt like my goal was actually pretty ambitious, for a second grader, but actually doable at the same time. Still realistic, but kind of ambitious. So that's what Burmese looks like. Thank you for watching. If you love talking about languages, you love hearing about languages, and you love learning languages, you might want to subscribe.
I want you to show me how to get to know someone like you, someone like you.